Nicki Minaj's feud with Beyoncé seems to be heating up again. Recently, Nicki called out Beyoncé, accusing her of trying to mess with her career. Even though their issues have been under the radar for a while, things escalated when Nicki hinted that Beyoncé may have teamed up with Megan Thee Stallion to turn against her. You might remember that Nicki once accused Roc Nation of sponsoring attacks against her. Now, it looks like Beyoncé might have taken it further by interfering with Nicki's success. Let's break it down because Nicki isn't staying quiet about this. The drama blew up again when Megan Thee Stallion was announced as the host for this year's VMAs. Many fans were shocked because they expected Nicki to host, as she's been doing it for the past few years. When Megan was chosen instead, people started speculating that Nicki might have been right about Beyoncé and Jay-Z plotting against her. To give some background, Nicki has had beef with Megan, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z. You might remember the drama when Megan dropped a song, and Nicki went on social media rants for days. But Nicki's issues with Beyoncé and Jay-Z go back even further. Nicki and Beyoncé were once close, collaborating on hits like Feeling Myself and the remix of Flawless. However, their relationship eventually cooled off, and while they haven't openly fought, fans have noticed Nicki throwing subtle shade at Beyoncé from time to time. Nicki Minaj is being accused of throwing shade at Beyoncé in her song Press Play, where she mentioned Beyoncé by saying, "They said, why can't you be Yonce? Daddy wasn't no businessman. Mommy wasn't no business owner." This sparked rumors that Nicki distanced herself from Beyoncé after Beyoncé got close to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. People believe Beyoncé tries to avoid negative publicity, especially because Nicki's name has been involved in controversy due to her husband's actions. This might be why Beyoncé started keeping her distance from Nicki. It's also said that Nicki wasn't happy about this, especially because she already had issues with Megan, who is signed to Roc Nation. Nicki has called out Roc Nation several times, especially when she went on a rant against Megan. In one of her tweets, she accused Megan of acting tough because she's supported by Roc Nation. Nicki said, "B thinks she's special because she gets invited to the Roc Nation brunch every year." Nicki expressed her frustration, saying, "You're mad at Cardi for spilling your secrets, but you're taking shots at my family." She even criticized Roc Nation's CEO, Desiree Perez, saying they spent too much money promoting Megan, and threatened to expose Desiree for unfairly firing people, claiming many were hurt by her actions. Nicki also has rumored issues with Jay-Z. Allegedly, Roc Nation helped cover up the fact that Meek Mill, Nicki's ex-boyfriend, was a toward her during their relationship. A few years later, Nicki announced she was making a documentary series about her life called Queen. However, it's rumored that someone from Roc Nation pressured her to cut out parts where she discussed Meek's abusive behavior. HBO eventually dropped the series, but Nicki shared a clip where she spoke about being mistreated by a past partner. While she didn't name anyone, Meek Mill reportedly felt the message was about him and sent Nicki a cease and desist letter to stop her from talking about it further. Nicki Minaj was furious after a heated exchange, accusing someone of mistreating her. She claimed, "You attacked your own sister, spat on her, and recorded it. You kicked me in front of your mother and sent her to the hospital. You think sucking up to Drake makes you tough again. Move on, you can't stand on your own." It's clear Nicki still holds a grudge against Jay-Z. While Nicki has been vocal about her feelings, Jay-Z and Beyoncé have stayed silent. However, many fans believe Nicki isn't exaggerating and that Roc Nation is out to get her.
The girlies are fighting once again. Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion are taking shots at each other. Nicki was on Instagram Live and previewed her new track.
Hey, bad bitch, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
In case you missed that, Nicki is clearly referencing Megan getting blanked in the foot. Nicki also dissed Megan by saying, "You have 3 Grammys and you have to learn how to rap on the beat." Here's that clip.
Because you have 3 Grammys and you have to learn how to rap on the beat and being comfortable in the music. Not a the fuck? No, 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 no. Get up on your good foot.
And yes, Megan Thee Stallion does have 3 Grammys. Megan seemingly responded by posting this on her Instagram story. She also came out with a new track called Hiss. Some of the lyrics go, "These blanks mad at Megan's Law." This is a dig to Nicki's husband and brother. Megan's Law is to notify the public about registered S offenders, if you know what I mean. Let me know your thoughts down below and follow me for more celebrity news.
My interview with Trina, where she talked about Beyonce, may have really upset Nicki Minaj.
It's crazy to me. Nicki Minaj has shown so much homage, has paid so much tribute to Trina. She's done several songs with Trina, and to be asked that question and for her to bring up Beyonce, it really threw me left, okay? I'm not saying that Beyonce doesn't rap. She raps, but Beyonce is not a rapper. And I've been seeing so many takes, people going back and forth online or whatever the case may be. And I don't indulge in that because I also understand that stan culture is a misogynistic culture. And that's the reason I don't usually speak on things like this. And I absolutely am not trying to contribute to the misogyny, but when I see a lot of women in rap who might have been inspired by Beyonce, I also see a lot of Nicki Minaj in them. So I'm just trying to get an understanding.
Last year, Nicki hosted the VMAs, but she hinted that someone had threatened MTV to drop her. Soon after, Megan Thee Stallion was announced as this year's host, and some claims started going viral on social media. One post said, "Megan and Roc Nation allegedly threatened MTV last year about Nicki performing her song Red Ruby to Sleaze. Now, this year's VMAs will be hosted by Megan, who couldn't even sell out her first tour." The post went on to say that Megan was being pushed to seem more popular than she really is, and that if she didn't get to host the VMAs, Jay-Z and Beyoncé would not attend. It also pointed out that despite millions being spent on promoting Megan, her album sales struggled. Interestingly, this year's VMAs are taking place in Queens, and some believe Roc Nation wanted to ensure Nicki wasn't in the spotlight for the 3rd year in a row. This led to Megan hosting and performing instead. Desiree Perez from Roc Nation allegedly threatened MTV, making it clear that if Nicki Minaj performed her song Red Ruby at the VMAs, there would be trouble. Nicki even hinted last year in her VMAs opening speech that people made phone calls to block her from being the show's host. Now, it seems Desiree has asked the VMAs to let Megan Thee Stallion host and perform in 2024 so that Nicki doesn't steal the spotlight, especially since the VMAs will be held in Nicki's hometown of Queens. Beyoncé is also being used as leverage. Desiree has the power to make sure Beyoncé doesn't show up if the VMAs don't agree to their demands for Megan. Some people find it ironic, but trouble seems to always lead back to Roc Nation. Since Megan is signed to Roc Nation, it's their job to promote her, but fans feel like they're doing it in a shady way.